And the camera's gone. And the camera's back. Right, folks, welcome back to another episode of Dundalk Tips. As per usual, I am joined by Mr. Haggerty himself, Dean. Well, no point really saying welcome to you because you're here every fucking week. Right, Dean, let's get straight into it. Race 1, what are you fancying?
I think it's a 3-horse race. Watchguard, Dream Around, and McHalford's one. But I'm going to go for Dream Around. Bought out Andrew Baldwin's in England for John McConnell. Ran 7th on debut. Was actually really unlucky, to be fair. I'll just pull the notes up here. He was 7th, but in front of him was Mo Salah and Jungle Cove. And there was another one. Sorry?
What was that? Elzam won that race.
Yeah, there was another one in that race that ran the other night as well, and it was 4th, I think. Mo Salah's come out and won when stepped up. Jungle Cove ran 3rd, and the other horse that was in front of him ran 4th, I think. So, you know, it's good form, and I think the step up to mile 2 will suit this horse. He's in there at about
3. I have 4 to 1 now at the minute.
Oh, 4's lovely.
Yeah, we drift on that one now. Yeah. Like I said, the form from last race, it was a good run from her. She obviously is going to improve from that. That was a hot enough race. Rory Cleary riding. That last race was over 1 mile, so she's stepping up the track to 1 mile 4 today, or tomorrow even.
Yeah.
I think 4 to 1 is very good. What do you make of Joseph O'Brien's Mellifluous? First time out in stall 2, 5 to 2. It's one of the market leaders.
Well, it's very commonly known that Joseph's always take a run. You know, very few has run and won on debut, especially whenever they're in Dundalk. You know, and it's something that you always hear them talking about on racing TV as well. Whenever Joseph has won first time out at Dundalk, he'll always come on plenty for the run, or he or she. So I'd expect that horse to come on plenty. That's why Watchguard kind of was a wee bit interesting, because it's been running on the national hunt scene and bumpers and over hurdles. So for him to drop back in there, it's interesting. Or give him a squeak there each way at 8 to 1 maybe as well.
8 to 1. That's not a bad show for an each way bet now.
No.
I suppose moving on to the second race, it's maiden again, 1 mile 4 again, and for me, Joseph is one of this with Dances with Stars. Look, he came second last time out, but he was running all over the track in the last furlong, and probably should have put the race to bed and threw it. Declan McDonough is again riding it. He got bet by Glorious Soft, obviously, from Elliott's Yard last time. I really think this will be hard beat. I know it's a very short price, but it's really the one to beat in this.
Yeah. Did you put up one for the first race?
Dream Round.
You didn't mention it though.
Did I not?
No.
Ah, shit. Did I not?
No, because you asked me what did I thought of.
Yeah, and then I said, Dream Round was stepping up 1 mile 4 and all that.
Oh, sorry, you did. Yeah, you did. My bad. Yeah, the second race, I would agree with you on Dancing with Stars, but like he looks like a lad that needs a chop to me. You know, you can tell he's coltish, like, you know.
Yeah.
And his last 3 runs, he's had his chances to win. You know, and he hasn't. He's found an excuse to get beat.
Yeah, second.
Yeah. All the same, he sets the standard. Duck and Vanish for Dennis Hogan, 7 to 2 there. He might have a chance. You know, he was bought out of England as well, and I think he got a trip over hurdles there on his last start. So I would say he could, if he comes for some money, you know, it would be an interesting one. But if I was taking the favourite on, I would definitely take him on with Duck and Vanish.
Yeah, that's fair, and I assume Joey Jordan is riding that.
Yeah.
I think Joey's led right tomorrow. even though he is suspended. Moving on to race 3, 4:45. It's a 45-65 handicap. It's over 1 mile too. For me, the Ambreen, very, very underrated trainer, has solar system. A 4-year-old gelding. He dead heated in November, which was his last outing with Miss Thompson, who's also running in this race. Um, Before that, he came sixth behind Irish Poseidon. And as we know, Irish Poseidon had a serious winter, I suppose, Dundalk, and is now going over hurdles.
Yeah.
Kevin Manning is riding. He got, he's up 3 pounds from that dead heat, so it's nothing too major, I suppose. And 15-2 looks a very good bet in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be drawn to one here now because he's dropping back in trip. Sharjah, the old lad, ran over 2 miles the last time. He likes the front run. His form around Dundalk hasn't been too bad. He's down to a winnable mark again. I think given over the shorter distance, albeit there's nothing standout about Dundalk tomorrow. A lot because it's an additional fixture as well. A lot of horses haven't got running, so we don't really know what's in there. But of the ones that stands out, I think Sharjah at 15-2 could be good value in it for that race.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's always proved to be a good horse around Dundalk, in fairness to him. And the Slattery's have certainly got some enjoyment out of him anyway.
Yeah.
I suppose we'll move on to race 4. And again, I am going for a Leandri horse. Latchet this time. He, or she, should I say, is 7 years old. Hasn't won now in about a little over a year, I'd say. But the handicap mark for Latchet looks incredible in this race. Sam Ewing's claiming 7 pounds on her as well. Ran very credibly last time and is definitely due another win at least. 5-1 looks very good for a horse that has been probably one of the best out of Leanne's yard since she set up.
Yep. I like the look of a good each way shot here in Storm Elsa. Again, he put on a good run 2 starts back, and it was over 1.4 miles, and then she was up to 1 mile or 2 miles, I think, after that, and the drop back and trip will suit again. Luke McAteer takes the ride, takes 7 off. I just think from that run 2 starts back and fourth, that was good form and as solid as you're going to get around Dundalk, I think. And given a nice ride here, I think 10-1's great each way value. Like.
And do you think Joey Sheridan has a chance in this? On Malbas, 5-year-old gelding came fourth, behind Stay With Me, Darren Bunyan's horse.
Yeah,
on his last outing.
He was very unlucky last week or Friday past there. He ran really well. He would definitely have a chance, but my eye was drawn to Storm Elsa.
Yeah, for me with Malbas, he's drawn in stall 17 and he is carrying top weight pretty much. Yeah. I know Joey's clear 5, but he's 12 pounds higher than Latchet. So for me, I'd be going to Latchet.
Yeah.
I suppose we will move on to the next race. Race 5, 5:45. It's 3-year-old maiden, 1 mile. This one I'm very interested in. Jesse Harrington has a horse here called Jose. He's a 3-year-old colt. Shane Foley's riding him. He was second behind Uncharted last time out. Third behind Ratib and Bear Story, who has won since. He was 7th in that really hot maiden at the start of November at Dundalk. Lochberg won it for Aidan O'Brien. Colour Sergeant came 2nd, I think it was. He runs in the colours of, obviously, the Juddmonte. But since that race, the runners in it, I'll read them out here now. Third place in that race, Zosimus, has won since. Fifth in that race, Ratib 1 cent. Eighth in the race, Chicago Bear, also 1 cent. 10th supposed to be came sixth behind when Ratib won. Osei also ran that race, came third. 11 Colonel Sellers didn't do very much since that, in fairness. And 13 Drish Venture came third and then went on and won again. So the form in that race has been exceptional.
Yeah. I actually tipped up that Osei on its last start. I think I just thought it would have been hard to beat, and unfortunately, it just found one too good again. But I think on form, on solid form, and as you're reading out there, he deserves his chance, and he deserves to be at the head of the market, and I think he will be hard to beat. But in saying that, I just watched the replay of John McConnell's Cesnay back, finished second on Friday, came like an absolute storm train down the outside. I think a repeat of that run, that was on debut for a second run now. I think if she can build on that, she is going to take a hell of a lot of beating. And I think we have a chance of a great 1-2 in this race actually, because the way Osei races, he likes to be sitting handy or making it. And Cesnay came from off the pace the last day, so I would like 72 about Cesnay. I think she could maybe be your lad's biggest rival.
So maybe reverse forecast on that one.
Quite possibly.
Race 6, the 6:15. It's a 45 to 70 handicap 1 mile. I am going for could be good John McConnell. From the looks of it, John could have a very good night.
Yeah.
Siobhan Rutledge is riding. She's obviously claiming £7. Could be good with second last time out in a fairly nice race. He probably will go a bit short now than 10 to 3, I'd imagine anyway. Still 10. He won twice in December here at Dundalk as well, so my money would be on could be good.
Yeah, I like Cattyman from Mick Halford at 9 to 2, second last time out. Maybe a hint at a possible return to form for him. Young Adam Farrer on board, claiming 7, takes a 7 off. Adam's probably going to be a good lad to follow around Dundalk over the winter series for Mick Halford, because that's where he's based, and Mick has been up at the head of the market, or the head of the leaderboard for champion trainer at Dundalk for the last couple of years, him and Joseph O'Brien. So I think Cattyman could give a good show in there. He's in around 9 to 2. So I think that second last time out might see him go close again.
Yeah, he's gone off very low weight too, isn't he? He's very well handicapped.
I think he's well handicapped, yeah. I think he's off. He'd be off around mid 9 stone there with the £7 claim on board.
Yeah, that's very good value at that. I suppose we'll quickly move on to race 7. It's a 6 furlong, 45 to 65 handicap. 7 Worlds is running in this. I suppose one of our co-presenters for the Irish Racing Hour, Shane, has a share in this. It's part of 7 Worlds Racing Club. They're newly formed. Chris Hayes is booked. I would say if it's any good, it'll get into the places. But for me, there's another horse in this that I think will be winning. Farnese for James McCauley. Drops down to 6 furlongs, which will be absolutely ideal, because if you've seen the last race, he was getting so tired out in front come last furlong, I suppose, which is what ultimately got him bet. Yeah, look, Joey's claiming £5 and he's drawn at Sol 6, so at 4 to 1 he looks very, very good value.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you there. It's interesting to drop back to 6. Now he won over 7, stepped up to a mile, and he was actually unlucky. He only really got collared inside the last 100 yards. So the step up and trip, I think he might have just started to get lonely. He went from the front that day. Colin Keane gave him a good ride, and I think if Joey does the same today or tomorrow with the front running tactics over 6 furlongs, I think he's going to take a hell of a lot of beating.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. I think we're both in agreement there that Farnese is going to be the one beating that.
Yeah.
We'll quickly move on to the last race of the night. It's the 7:15. It's another 6 furlong handicap race. For me, it's a 2 horse race between Macaulay's other one, Caesar's Comet. He did heat last time out, which was last week. Chris Hayes is booked. Obviously, Joey is tied down to Dennis Hogan, so he can't ride. He's installed 13, which isn't ideal over 6 furlongs. He's got work to do from out there at top weight. 5-1. I know it's tough to go for it, to be honest. Top weight and out in that stall. So for me, I am going for Sabrina Fairchild, who is trained by Sarah Lynham. Drawn installed 2, 6-year-old filly. She came 5th last time out. I reckon she will be an awful lot closer this time. Shane Cross is, of course, on board. Had 15-2. That looks exceptional value.
Yeah, I would agree with Caesar's comment. I thought Chris Hayes gave him an absolute peach of a ride the last day, and he was unlucky to dead heat. He thought he actually lost the race. But stall 13, 6 furlongs. Again, as you say, it's not the best. I like a horse in this here, and again, I've tipped it up before, and I think it is massively overpriced at 12-1. Keep the best side out. Now, this horse to me, it won over 6 furlongs, then it raced over 5, and it just didn't have the turn of foot whenever the race heated up to go with them, but stayed on it strong again. And I think 6 furlongs is the ideal trip for her. Young Dylan McMonagle on, claiming 5. So I would have to say I'd be fairly confident about this horse at 12-1 tomorrow each way. He'll definitely be placed, or she'll definitely be placed, and I think I would nearly put my neck on the line to say she'll win.
That's a big shout there. She
Yeah.
is one that actually did catch my eye. It was one that I was looking at when I was going through the race. I was looking at Tocqueville, but I don't think he will do anything at all. I don't know, he just doesn't look the same horse that he used to.
Yeah.
What's your opinion, though?
Yeah, I know, the same as that. He's a grand old horse, but he seems to be acting up a wee bit now down at the start, and getting a bit boyish for an 11-year-old. Maybe there's still plenty of enthusiasm in him, but I would like to see him behave a wee bit better and maybe put a couple of runs together before I could, put my neck on the line for him.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. Yeah, well, that wraps up yet another Dundalk episode. Thanks for watching, and do drop a like, comment, tell us how you're getting on or what your picks are, and make sure to hit that subscribe button.
What would your nap of the day be? And next
My
best?
nap of the day.
And your big outside.
Before we go, put me on the spot there. I wasn't expecting that. Nap of the day. I'm going to say OC in that 5:45 race.
Yeah.
I just really like look at that form. I think he's going to be very, very hard beat. Next best, I'm going to put my neck out here and say Latchet. Just the weight difference and how she's been running lately as well. I'm going to say that's my next best. Each way now, that is a tough one. I genuinely couldn't tell you one. I'd probably say Solar System.
Solar System.
At 15-2.
Yeah.
Like,
my I'm I'm probably too confident in this, but I'll say my nap of the day is keep the best side out at 12-1 each way.
Each way.
Yeah, each way is definitely like for a horse that for a horse of her ability, at an each way price, I think that's nap of the day. Like.
Mm.
And then my next best would be uh, Caddyman. I think
Cattymans.
he'd have a big shout there. And I would give Storm Elsa and each way bet at 10-1.
Yeah, big confidence there on keep the best side out.
I, I,
Um,
she doesn't run often.
yeah,
They look
but
they
when she
look after
does,
they look after. Her. I just think the return to 6 furlongs is key for her.
mm,
Probably
yeah,
look
no,
like
I
that was dull.
probably agree with that. I think Farnese is a very good bet too. I know I didn't include him there, but
Yeah,
for me, that drop down and trip will suit him to the ground.
I would.
Um,
My worry about is the drop at 2 furlongs. If they would have dropped back down to 7 like the last time,
yeah,
although it's probably hard to find races these days.
yeah,
But no, I would agree. Like if he can handle the drop back to 6, I think he wins all day.
yeah, 100%. Like he's not proven really at 6 furlongs.
Yeah,
Whereas over 7 furlongs, he did run that race, but like you said, there's not many races out there at 7 furlongs,
yeah,
so it is obviously going to be tough to get, especially in that handicap sort of race 45, 65. There's not going to be too many 7 furlongs out there, so you're either going to have to go for the mile or the 6.
yeah.
And for me, the mile's just a bit too far, and the 6 is, well, who knows, could be a bit too short, but it's
I
just
think
one of them horses.
I think if he implies the front running tactics again, I think could be he could take all the beating because we know he stays the 7. So there's no. It's just whether he has enough speed for the 6, which I think he
Yeah.
will.
Hopefully, anyway. I don't really think it's a great race now, in fairness. So,
Yeah, same as that. That's why I would be saying that. Like if he handles the drop to 6, he wins. Like
yeah, I think Slade Runner could be the biggest threat.
yeah,
Um, I mentioned Seven Worlds, but I wouldn't expect Seven Worlds to do any more than a place if Seven Worlds even gets into a place status.
yeah. He's been off
Um,
track for a while.
yeah, exactly. So for me, Farnese would be the one to beat, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's everything then, Dean. So again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, peace.
cool.